Yeah.
That's
All right, we're gonna go live any second here.
Oh, we weren't live already?
No, we
No.
haven't been live. No, we are live now though. Welcome to Dat Smoke Show, episode 34. Hope you are well and hi. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing all right, man. Just I woke up and it was like muggy and rainy, and my kid was sick yesterday from school, so I said, fuck it, stay home again today. My staff called and said they didn't want to come to work. It's just been one of those like lazy days. So yeah, might kick back and make some furniture for the missus. What are you guys up to? You said you were on the road, but tell us about what's going on.
Well, we finally got some rain here, so the fires are pretty much out. So all that shit's under control. That was fucking good. They were getting close. Got to about 20 kilometers, or I don't know what that's a little over 10 miles away from hitting my town, but we made it all right, so that was good. Yeah, man, that's been that shit. Just working away a couple days on the road here before they get waiting for they're still stomping out the little spot fires and stuff, but before I can go back to where I was working before this. How's everybody else doing? How you doing, American One?
I'm doing good, except for missing the mute button. I did have a little mishap in my 1 tent though. Apparently a volunteer seed made it. Yeah, a volunteer seed made it into the corner of fucking one of my containers in the corner of the tent. And yeah, now I got unknown male crossed a whole bunch of stuff, but I think I'm just gonna throw it into the yeah, I thought it wasn't as bad as it was because I ended up seeing it and ripping it out, but it was too late. I really thought there was going to be a lot less beans in there, but the whole thing is pretty close. And it wasn't a hermaphrodite, it was a male plant that came from a volunteer seed, which like there could be really good seeds, but I'm not even gonna mess with them because I don't know what the mother. I know it's a possibility.
It could just be one of yours.
4 different things. Well,
could be
yeah. I don't know which one though.
Stacy.
It was either because I just did a Cheesecake mail run, and I did Ronberry by Cheesecake, Time Wreck by Cheesecake. I made more Amy Aces and more Violet Beauregard, and was that it? Yeah, that was it, I think. And so it could have been any one of those. And a Chocolate Tie by Cheesecake. I hit. So it could have been any one of those. Could be the father. So I don't know which one. What is that? Strawberry flavored papers?
Yeah, no, don't get that's pretty gay. I know. I ran out of raws, but I'm just flexing the white ash. You can see the stack in white ash there. It's,
okay.
Even with them flavored papers, still a white ash. Look at that. Good man.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I don't know why. I normally smoke bongs, but lately I've been smoking joints, and I like it because I can just like smoke joints all day casually, like walk around smoking it. Whereas like the bong, I feel like I station up, and fucking.
Okay. Even with them flavored papers.
I know exactly how it feels. I'm stationary right now next to my bong hit right here, next to my bong.
Gets me more active doing shit. Halfway through the joint, I find I'm like walking around doing stuff,
Should we have the discussion about the wonderful changes to Tyler?
But nothing's really like changed.
Well, you guys talk.
That's the thing. Like, there's only been like a whole bunch of stuff that people say they want to do, but nothing has changed, really.
Yeah.
So.
And it'll be, so the next election, the other part of the election is on August 2nd. I think it was, right? Yeah. August 2nd.
So it's
so
3 more months of mayhem.
Yep. And then we'll and then we'll have the new government, and then it'll be, what is it, 120 days before anything they pass is enacted, unless it's through the Gazette, yeah, something like that. So you got about half a year, approximately, of, you know.
Yeah,
And
And that's
uncertain.
even before they can submit the papers to like start the process. Even if it gets voted in, it's not like immediate, you know what I mean? They've got to go
Yeah.
through the parliamentary process to do that shit. So it's still gonna be a minute, you know? And like I
Yeah.
said, everyone's got 3 years on the license. We're 1 year in, another year fucking around. They may just let it run its course to the last year and then fuck around with people trying to renew licenses, you know? That to me seems like a more of a logical approach to deal with it. Makes sense to everyone, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, they say like uncertainty is like freezes everything, like in the financial markets. If they're not sure if they're gonna raise rates, whatever they're expecting, if until like or when there's elections, like you like yeah, like this when there's elections, they uncertainty always messes with everything, and they but it doesn't look good, right? The guys who won are not the favorites that you guys wanted so far, right? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, but he's come out and said like anyone who's done the paperwork and done everything legally don't have shit to worry about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's
So,
good.
like-
They did
Yeah.
say that.
Like the next day, they're not gonna come at you with machine guns, right? That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So what, it's been a wacky week. I got a chance to go visit oh, for those of you who don't know, the Thailand government announced that their intention to bring cannabis back to Schedule 5, which would have some pretty major repercussions towards the legality of stuff here. So, fun. I went to the White Temple up in the north, in Chiang Rai, and that was super freaking cool. The White Temple is a temple dedicated to hell and like redemption of damned souls and stuff. It's pretty freaking dope. But really, really, really neat. One of the prettiest temples in Thailand.
Yeah, show us some pictures. Potent. I saw a couple on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, the detail on that building was incredible.
Yeah, pretty insane, I must say.
But the inside is like got the cartoons and shit, which ruins it.
What?
Yeah, it's like it seems all spiritual until you see like the pictures of like Pokemon and fucking shit like painted all over the place.
Well, that's spiritual.
Yeah.
You got to catch them all before you get to heaven.
That's
Reach
why we're
Nirvana
never
once
going
it's
now.
taught. So let
That's
me
why
get
we're
some
never
stuff.
going.
All right, this way. Yeah, okay. 1 second, let me make sure.
You know, Canada, that's the Great Kazoo, man. That's my little guy. I always think about Great Kazoo whenever I'm tripping hard. Yeah, that guy.
So there's the White Temple. It's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place looks nice.
But like, look at the detail
Man,
and like
like-
all the damn souls like in the front and everything. It's freaking incredible. It's all made of metal.
Like, how much money must that have cost to build? Like, and like just craftsman time and like.
Yeah, it's gnarly. And like all kinds of cool stuff. Like the more you look at it, like there's like crabs and turtles and frogs and like it's not just humans, it's like animals and shit mixed in there too. Like the more you look at it, the more shit you see. But
Oh, shit,
how
you
dope
see.
are these
Look at
fucking
that.
cones? Isn't that fucking awesome? Even the cones have symbols on them, like the caution cones. I was like, dude, you need to sell these at the gift store. I would totally buy one. Right? How sweet is that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's so sick.
And then the Naga, so
Yeah.
these
Well, it'd be
Naga
cool
are
if
like
you had
around
like
the outside of it.
a 3D
Oh.
printer, and you could print those off and like have them like hang on your bong. Just slide it down and have like different like totems that you could like slide down the bong. You know what I mean?
So that piece is metal too, huh?
Yeah, this is metal. So this is a Naga, and then there's a couple of them like in the channel that goes around.
That is just insane, man.
It is just so freaking cool. And like, see, there's a turtle with wings.
Look at all the intricacies of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Thailand is like no matter where you'll go, there'll be like a cool temple you can visit, you know? And all the temples have something that's like unique, worth like checking out, you know?
See, there's a crab and a fish, and fucking bird.
Yeah, I can see a crab being in the depths of hell.
Crab teeth. But yeah, like I said, it's just nuts. Like so freaking cool. Like the Buddha sitting in the fire. Like so freaking awesome. But yeah, definitely if you're ever in Thailand, especially if you're in the north, it's worth the drive. For sure.
That's cool.
Like that's just ridiculous. Like, and there's lots of the other temples look like this, but they're painted all neon colored and stuff like that. This one's particularly intricate. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So weird that they used white to depict hell to me, but
Well, so it's like about like redemption and redeeming the dead souls and stuff. So like Buddhist hell, you don't stay in hell. Like you stay in hell for like a period of time until you've like paid off the debt from whatever dumb shit you did. So and then you like everyone gets out of hell in Buddhist hell, I think. Or you maybe if you didn't do something real bad. My understanding is that that's kind of how that works. Like beautiful fucking place.
that's
Now,
fucking
is it
cool,
a
man.
certain kind of metal, or do you know?
I don't know.
It
But
looks
then
really
how cool is this? This is the ashtrays.
holy shit.
It's fucking- I was like, I want to buy an ashtray and a comb. Like,
Fuck the cone. That ashtray is mint.
right? How dope is that?
Those are the last two guys that got busted,
Oh,
right?
man.
So-
Yeah. But definitely like top 5. And then another cool thing, I saw this. We went to a dispo opening the other day. And I wanted to show this off just because I've never seen one like this before. How about an ivory pipe? That was cool. I've never seen that before. It's an
I've
old
seen it
opium
Yeah, I
pipe,
never seen
but-
anything.
in pictures. Dude, I have this
Yeah.
crazy old book, PDF from like, it must be from the 1700s. And it's about smoking. It's called the history of smoke, or Smokiana history. I don't know, but it has some wild shit, dude. It has a pipe made out of an emu leg, an emu's leg foot. They made into a pipe and shit. Yeah, people been smoking for a long ass time.
Oh, you muted yourself there, Cal. Yeah, we have been smoking for a long time.
Yeah, that was the end of that statement. Yeah, they've been smoking. I'm gonna go find out. I think I have it on PDF, but it's really cool because it's like actually handwritten, and they have all pictures of all the pipes that they had found everywhere. It's pretty cool. I'll go find.
Don't all talk at once.
I was
Sorry,
on
just
mute
on
there.
recordings.
So what's new with you, Infamous?
It's raining on everything. Try not to be depressed that time of year again. All my plants outside are like fucking around, throwing them under cover and bringing them back out. And that's annoying. But yeah, the indoors, some of the indoor rooms are ready to pull down. So finally some new indoor flavors. Fucking, I'm doing a massive breeding project to hopefully be the ultimate breeding project of all time. So let's check out your Tinder profile.
Oh, am I on?
I
I wasn't on mute. Okay. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. So yeah, this is the book I was talking about. I figured, well, you guys can talk in the background. I'll just scroll through. Like, it's pretty cool. They have pictures and freaking like old, like it from all over the world, like Italy, the Dutch. They have like, oh, here it is, Holland, Dutch gear. They have hookahs and fucking. Actually, I think that looks like a bone right there, right? That might be a bone. But they do give descriptions if you read it. See, Germany, as a nation of smokers, the Germans have always carried the. Yeah, see, some of the shit is hard to read though, but anyway, you want to try and read?
Something.
Always
No,
carry
man.
and do still and with their smoke, whatever. But yeah, you could decipher it if you want. But like, look at that. Look at those pipes. So you can see it's like that was like crazy intricate with a cap on it. Northern Europe.
I wonder if you were smoking hash out of those things or if it was all flour.
Oh no, dude! They talk about tobacco, hash, and cannabis in this paper in this book. Look at Algeria, yeah, Africa. They have it from all over the world, dude. And what they use to make it. Oh, here we go. Look. Oh no, that's cannibal, not cannabis. Tribe of cannibals. A bone pipe. There you go. There's a bone pipe.
Even when you're eating your homie, you gotta get high, bro.
There you go. Check out that one. It looked like a bird or something, right? Fucking 3-shooter right there. The 2-shooter. See, like I never really.
Shit, that's for the real hardcore motherfuckers.
Just think of the size of the bong you can make with like someone like the size of Lizzo. You know, like a giant bong.
I seen someone the other day, what was it called? The revolver. And it looked like a revolver handgun, but where you put the bullet, like screwed on carts. And you blasted it. And it was like 8 fucking carts at once.
Oh, Jesus. Because the single carts are bad enough.
Oh, here you go. There you go. Shit. Potent. There's some horns. They're using horns.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need one of those. That's freaking awesome.
Freaking Bushmen in South Africa hitting on that shit. Soapstone pipes in South Africa. Oh, there's one with wood. Oh, that one looks like.
There's a giant beetle they use in Southern Africa too. I don't, not beetle. It's like a bean nut or like a huge giant dark nut. They hollow those out and they use them as bowls.
Really? Not like this. Oh yeah, you can.
A Persian hookah. I'll scroll until we hit that freaking what? Oh yeah, the great hookah of that's made in silver. Until we hit that emu bone leg, then I'll ditch it. Let's see here. Oh look, and they got some intricate shit, dude. This is from India, and you see, look at the bowl. They have the pull away bowl piece right here. That would go on top. Same on the top one.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. See, like everywhere, all over the world. I don't know where Madras is, but there's some smoking utensils from them. Chillum. Now I read about these in Argyle. Yeah, well, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. There's some people been, yeah, it's just crazy. All the different ways of people smoke and fucking. That was just a gourd. Yeah. Even back then they were making fucking bongs out of fucking fruit, food.
Did you ever make
You
something
remember
called a
making the
cranium?
apple bombs as a kid?
I did at least once. Yep.
Did you ever make a cranium toy? You guys ever call them that? Or know what I'm talking about? You cut off the bottom of a 2-liter bottle and then you duct tape like a grocery bag to it. And then
Yeah,
you
yeah, we used to call
Oh,
it the
back up,
lung.
yeah.
and then you pull
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back
that's what I call
open.
that too. The lung, yeah.
The
The
lung,
lung, the
okay.
Canadian word was lung for it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
In
you
Philly,
put
we
the
call them
Subway bag
cranium
on there,
toys.
yeah.
Yeah. Used to
I
do
bro, I
think
that
used to
it's
shit.
have the
Yeah, I used to
technique.
get destroyed by those.
Oh, dude. See, that's
You know
something
the
I gotta own
technique,
that. I
for
love
like pulling the
taxidermy
bag.
and I like weed. That's fucking amazing.
Isn't that the wildest thing you ever seen, Bo? Look at that thing.
I need to own one now. You just gave me something else I need to own.
Yeah, I have this on PDF. I'll drop it in all the chats here so everyone can check it out whenever.
Wait,
Oh man,
Someone
you
just
almost
sent
should have
me
kept going on that. That was awesome.
That was
all
pretty
the
cool, right?
medicinal plants of the
Yeah,
Bible.
that was
It's a
pretty cool.
book.
I mean, we could
Sorry,
still
what was that?
scroll.
I said I just got a book someone gave me. It was called The Medicinal Plants of the Bible, and it
Oh, there
goes
you go.
through and like talks about all the fucking plants they talk about in the Bible and what they're used for and shit medicinally.
Amen, brother Mumsy.
what's everybody growing
What's
right
your
now?
shirt say?
Captain Kush.
Oh, nice. All right, that's cool. That's a nice one. I like that.
Yeah, that's one thing I do like about this legalization. The funny weed shirts in Thailand are like out of control now. It's gotten pretty funny. You can get like everything on a t-shirt pretty much now. The funniest thing I've seen so far was the guy selling the phone cases with the breeders logos on the back. So you could get like an exotic genetic phones case, a compound phone case. He would just like printing the phone cases off, you know what I mean? On Shopee, you can get a whole bunch of fake breeder t-shirts, Humboldt Seed Company, 420 Fast Buds, like all the big brand name ones. Fucking, you can get rip off logo shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's cool to see that in the culture. You know what I mean?
What are you guys growing right now?
Everything, it feels like. Fucking got like 300 strains or some shit upstairs. So it's getting a bit overwhelming.
I would imagine.
Yeah. So I've decided
Big
to
Sir
have a
Holy and
massive,
some Island Sweet Skunker.
I'm gonna do a massive breeding project and
What
just
was that?
absolutely pollinate everything. I just pollinated HBK CV times HA with some pillow book, which is Master Kush times Unicorn Poop. So I'm hoping that comes out with some fire. But it's going to be calling like the Great Pollen Chuck to 2023 because I wouldn't call it breeding, but
You're gonna use different males, or you try and just use a certain one or a certain strain? Did we lose him? He's muted.
We might have. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would love to
wonder.
just get crazy pollen chucking, but
Yeah, but then what do you do with them
I
after?
can't
If
do
you
more.
don't
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
What?
I still got stuff
Yeah.
I haven't tried out yet. And I like keeping the male. I'm keeping a couple male, well, at least one male. I'm keeping, knock on wood, forever if I can. And Yeah, that means it takes up space, you know. And all the females, I got 3 that I'm definitely keeping if I can forever. We'll see what happens though. My plans for forever always aren't ever forever. Just asked that one chick fucking 10 years ago. But yeah, that being
Diane,
said,
you there the whole time or no?
you were on mute the whole time, dude. I don't know if you were talking.
Fuck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was asking you about one male or many males. You
No,
probably went
I've
on.
got the fucking. I'm gonna have the great Pollen Chuck Extravaganza. So I'm gonna flick around. I've got like 5 males I picked out. I'm gonna throw it
Okay.
on pretty much anything that flowers that I've gotten that I've thrown outside. I've got like doubles of.
Yep,
So
yep.
let's see what comes out of this because I've got some pretty crazy shit. But the first cross I did was I've got this Thai Hangalock male. So I threw that on the dirty taxi. So I finally created the dirty tuk-tuk driver. I chased that name.
Dirty tuk-tuk.
Dirty tuk-tuk, Hangalock times dirty taxi. I think that's great.
Yeah, but what was the profile on your Honda lock? 'Cause usually that's mango, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's kind of like a lemony mango, fruity. To be honest, it's not like super pronounced, but it's fucking got pretty crazy vigor. Huge, small leaf. Did really well with bug and resistance and all that type of shit. So we'll give it a go and see what's up. We'll try, but it's still early days. It literally just started snowballing, so the smells haven't really jumped out yet.
Well, Pollen, somebody must be pissed that Coot was here hanging out with us because we got a complaint on the last video I noticed there. I wonder who it could have been. Oh well.
So Greenhouse had their big opening this week in news in Thailand. Arjan's greenhouse seeds opened up.
That sounds like it might be interesting considering what's going on.
Well, I tell you, it was the first time in Thailand I was able to get flower, seeds, and a cut of the same strain all in like one go. So that was kind of cool, like the full gas pack. You had
That's
2
pretty good.
different strains where you could do that. It was the lemon, orange, and the full gas. Obviously, I went with the full gas. But yeah, you got 10 seeds, 2 clones, and an eighth of flour and a pre-roll or whatever.
How many bought?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fire, pretty cool.
I mean, like, was it fairly priced or was it like $500?
It was fucking cheap as fuck, to be honest. And the wholesale price of the flour is like extremely reasonable and like direct, like good competitional price. It wasn't like ridiculous. To be honest, his wholesale greenhouse was cheaper than mine. So
Oh, there you go. Was it as good?
no, it wasn't as good though. I was going to say the pre-rolls, it wasn't. I wouldn't be in a hurry to rush and get more of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's that. But I'm excited to see like what the selection he has does. You know what I mean? It's the first time I've had like a breeder's cut of anything. You know what I mean? To have the full gas directly from Arjan is like, I don't know, pretty cool. You know what I mean? hopefully it doesn't get any better than that. Hopefully there isn't a better pheno. Hopefully that's it. You know what I mean? That's the one.
Yeah, was that what they called it? A breeder cut, or did they just call it a cut? Like, you know?
It literally just called like the full gas cut, but it came from them, from their
Right.
shop. So I've called it the breeder's cut because
Someone had to pick it somewhere, right? Yeah.
he's the owner. Maybe I should call it the owner's cut, maybe not the breeder's cut or the official cut, you know.
Official cut. Yeah, there you go.
But I got it, and as soon as I got it, I was like, what the fuck am I actually going to do with these? Because I'm not going to run it and compete with their flower of the same shit. So
You're gonna
I literally
hit
went
it, hit
and
it with one of
upstairs
those
and I had a
nails.
bunch of, yeah, fuck, you know.
Yeah.
What a waste of time, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, went upstairs. I had some Persian pies that I had from greenhouse, and I was like, flour them out, throw them outside. No point to even try to compete with this shit. It's not my game. So hopefully refocus the strategy, do this massive bean flick, bean creation, pollen chuck. Hopefully come out with a shitload of beans, do a pheno hunt out of that shit, and then pull out some of my own unique cultivars, and then have that no one can really rip off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you keep cuts already or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
all
never
right.
for very long. Normally like a year or so at max, you know, a couple runs, and then everyone wants something new here. That's the crazy thing about Thailand, bro. Literally people don't want to buy the same strain twice ever. Everyone wants like something new every time. It feels like.
Yeah. They last probably about a year or so in America, unless they're really good. But yeah, they all those hype strains go through their their time, and then they fade. And then if they were real good, more than just hype, if they were really real, then they stick around. Someone will have them 5 years later and pull, still have cuts of the shit. But a lot of times, yeah, it lasts longer than a day or two, from what I've seen. Because I was gonna say you should take cuts of your own shit and sell them.
Well, I do. I sell cuts too
Right.
now. It's back. It's ridiculous. But wait till I get my own stuff. Right now, I'm just like hunting other people's stuff out. Like get a seed pack, best out of 10. There you go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you define that as a pheno hunt or just picking the best out of a pack, but it's what you got to do. And it's like crazy because everyone, like a lot of people that buy cuts here are nurseries. So all they do is buy your cut, grow it out, and then chop cuts of the same shit out. So it's like you look at the menu for cuts in this country and it's all the same menu, the same cuts. It's like pretty ridiculous. And 80% exotic genetics. That's another thing too. All the cuts here are like exotic genetics or compound.
Sorry, I'm quiet. Just trying to multitask this morning.
I'm pretty stoned too, so pardon me if I go off and on.
I've been reading through Matt Power's new book. Super excited about that. His new Microscope book. It's fucking amazing.
What'd you learn that you didn't know, Potent?
It
There's a
probably
lot of really good ID info for microscope work that just is not anywhere else that I've seen, like especially when it comes to like determining this microbe versus that microbe, and like the type of ways, or hey, if you actually use this type of light, like one is red and one is green, like or whatever, like just all that kind of really useful information in terms of like quantifying your soil samples.
Oh yeah, I saw a post. I think it was on. It must have been IG, where he was all excited that he found that with just different light, you could see different microorganisms and like that you wouldn't be able to see under different lighting, you know? And you wouldn't have to
Yep.
stain shit or, you know, sometimes you gotta put blue stain on in the slide or whatever. But I was gonna say, now, Potent, so you're taking a fucking drop of water out of fucking whatever, right? To look at. Is that a fair representation of your soil or the microbe life in that container?
Yeah, I'm sorry, repeat the question. It cut out.
You know, so it's like you're taking like a drop of sand off of a beach and putting it under a microscope and saying that's what the beach is, in my view of this whole fucking microscopic bullshit. I mean, microscopic look at your soil life.
Yeah, so it's a representation, right? So if I put it on a grid square, I can count the amount of bacteria and fungi on a given square and then test that against a couple of other random squares and get an average, right? And then that's how
Okay.
you yeah, so it's like it's not an exact thing, but it's now that's going to change really quickly because I can just put this under a camera and the AI can tell me exactly how many are there.
Oh, yeah.
So you can, this will get automated really quickly where you just put the sample in and it just has a little motor and it tracks how many or measures it all. Like that's coming. If it doesn't
Now,
exist already, it's not far along.
what is the procedure that he preaches? Like, do you do a water run through your soil and then take a dropper and suck it out of the tray, or how do you get your sample to put under the microscope?
So well, it depends what you're doing, but if you're doing like a water sample, you just drop that onto a slide and then you put the slide cover on it, which is a smaller piece of glass.
Right,
And then it
right.
kind of sandwiches everything into like a thin layer so that it's easier to get focus because your depth of field is going to be, you know, an issue. So
Yeah.
then once you have that, then you're just looking through that glass pane, you know, at that layer that's there, and then that's how you do it. There's many different ways to prep a sample, but that's the quick and dirty way.
Right, but I mean, like, if you're going to test soil sample, is that how you would do it? You would get the water to run through, or you take like squeeze out a handful of the soil? How do you,
What's that?
for like, if you want to look at the
So,
microorganisms in a soil sample, do you just grab a handful
sure.
and squeeze it until liquid drips?
That's one way you could do it.
Okay.
Another way would be to just give it a quick rinse and then take the rinsed water and look at that.
Okay.
You could also put the sample itself directly under the microscope. You know,
Oh,
there's
I
many
didn't
different,
think that was an
again, that's what I
option.
was saying. There's like a dozen
Different way.
different ways to
Okay.
prep a sample for like this. So, and if microbe organics, there's lots of good ways. I know Matt Powers has a bunch of good stuff on his YouTube channel and prepping slides. There's lots of good stuff out there on how to prep your stuff. I would say if someone's curious, sit down and watch a couple of YouTube videos and figure that out that way.
Yeah. So Wes, is Canada
So
hotels
as of
gonna?
now, they've officially closed the app in Thailand. So they're not accepting any new growers or applications or handing out any new license as of today. So that's something interesting in the Thai news.
Now, I was going to ask Wes, in Canada, well, in America, if you smoke anything in your hotel room, you get like a $350. If they realize it, you get like a $350 charge for a cleanup.
Yeah,
What's it like?
same thing here, but it is the same thing here, exactly the
Okay.
same. But I never get busted with the vaporizer.
Okay, I was just looking out for
I
it.
like, yeah, the vaporizers never get me busted.
Nice.
If I smoke in the room, I always get busted. But the
Yeah.
vaporizers, they never get me.
Dude, when I was in Cali, I put a roach in my cigarette pack and brought it into my room. And the lady the maid fucking told on me. I was like, dude, I never ever smoked in this room. Like, I'll show you what's freaking it out. And I opened up my cigarette pack and it was in there. And they were like, yeah. So I didn't get charged. But yeah, that's not fun.
I knew this one guy that would just like when he'd check in, he's like, "What's your smoking fine?" And they'd be like, $250. He's like, "Yep, perfect." And he's like, "Just charge me now." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, just charge me now." And he's like,
Do I get an
I,
upfront discount if I don't wait till later?
and they'd be like, "You can't do that, sir." And he'd be like, "You're gonna make me pay after. I'm not smoking." He's like, yeah,
You just tell him
was,
like it
yeah, he
is.
was legendary with it. Like, yeah, he's like, "Man, just charge me it now." And they're like, "What?"
Dude, I tell you what, like my dad owns like hotels and shit all over the place. And there's been some pretty crazy shit that goes on in hotel rooms, bro. Like,
Yeah, man. Just ask Joe Walsh. Took you guys a
who's
while.
Joe Walsh? Fill us in here.
That song. That song.
That's the Meet the Predator guy. Like the you know.
Oh.
No,
like,
Joe Walsh.
That's Chris
my
Hansen.
Wasn't that no?
Mike Maserati
Oh.
for 185. I lost my license. Now I don't drive. We go to hotel rooms.
Oh,
Price. What did it say? I forget the words now, but they destroyed the hotel room and they just let the freaking accountants pay for it all. Life's been good to me so far. Yeah, like rock and roll bands. You got any stories infamous of like rock and roll bands?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you said that.
Yeah. There you go. Tell us.
I went to go see Slayer and Pantera because they stayed at our hotel, and they like literally came in, and I was like a little kid behind the desk, and they're like, "We're here to check in." I was like trying to check them in and shit. And they were like, "Fucking, here's tickets to the show, free show." I had no idea, dude, who they were or what was going on, and like I went to it, and here's this guy like playing the guitar, like strings are on fire and shit. That was pretty cool. We got a big signed poster and all that type of cool stuff. So yeah, Slayer Pantera concert. Yeah, so that was
You
that.
want to stay in the Pantera suite?
Yeah,
Oh,
little
but they
fucking
didn't destroy
they had a
the
porno that was made in our hotel once, and when they checked out, they like left a copy of it on the bed. Like it was pretty crazy.
Hey,
I remember cleaning
Boys.
hotel rooms with my little brother, and he's like, "What's this?" And he whips out just the biggest purple dildo ever from underneath the bed. Like, yeah, lots of dildos, nasty shit like that gets found. Lots. It's pretty crazy. People can be nasty.
Don't
in
come back
hotel
for that,
rooms.
eh?
that's why they go to the hotel rooms and they don't want to bring it back to the house. They leave it all there.
Have you seen that video of the guy whose wife thinks he's like cheating on him? And he's supposed to be like having a guy's night out, and all the other wives think that their husbands are cheating. And so they like follow them, and they find him in this hotel room, and it's just like this one massive male gay orgy going on inside the room. And
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, this shit was on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't really make it to my feed either.
Recommended videos, bro. This shit's fucking out of sight in 2023, bro.
I saw the one. The lady comes home,
The degeneracy is out of control.
finds his wife, finds her husband cheating on her. She just goes and gets the gun, goes back in the room, pop, pop, pop. I don't think she shot him, but she was like shooting in the air, and she's like, he getting screaming at him, you know.
Seen this other story today about a chick and her husband died in a car crash coming home or some shit, right? And she goes out and then takes him to the morgue or whatever, and then she gets a phone call that his body's been moved to like a different funeral home. And then she like goes to this other funeral home, and there's like a black woman there like crying over the husband, and it's like his wife, but she's like given like all the different women like different names and shit. And he's always supposed to be like a big traveler. And then she like gets his phone, and his phone like blows up with like different women all over the world. that are like he's married to with like kids and shit. And yeah, fucking, I don't know. Got into a weird cycle of watching
I
weird
don't know.
shit.
It'd be hard to pull off nowadays. People used to pull that off all the time back in the fucking.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to deal with one wife. Who wants
Pilot
fucking?
have a family. Oh man, can you imagine trying to keep it straight?
Yeah,
Dude,
fuck
can you
that.
imagine the amount of green screens you would have all over the place? Be able to pull that shit off?
Right.
You'd have to be set
Not
up,
even
right?
that, like the amount of screens you have to purchase for like both families, for all the kids, all the cell phones, the tablets.
Oh
fucking-
man, well see, no, I got a ton of kids. Potent. I just don't remember any of their birthdays. It works perfectly. Then I'm not favoring anybody.
Just be like the like have the like everyone's birthday is on this one day of the year kind of thing.
Dude, you know how
Totally.
difficult that would have to be, dude? To pull that off would require some extreme timing.
Yeah. C-sections.
Oh, I never thought of it that way. I was thinking like the natural birth, the exact same time.
we could do induce labor with like Citadel Court or something like in the morning, and then we could plan it to happen. That's how you make it. You can make it work. I mean, if you needed to, but a C-section is probably easier.
Yeah, that was the smarter way. Isn't that how like who was it? The like Shakespearean guy who dies because the other guy was born of a C-section. Is that Alexander? Someone.
I don't know. I
Like,
would get that wrong on
the witches. No, the
Jeopardy.
witches told him he would never die by someone who was born from a woman, and he thought he was invincible, and he went around and he didn't die. And then he challenged someone to like a duel, and they killed him like first strike or some shit. And it was like they had a C-section or something. He wasn't born of a woman. It was
Taken out of there. I got you.
yeah, but I don't remember who it was.
It's
Like
interesting. I don't
in
know either of those
Shakespearean lore.
Let's not get too much in the weeds like we did last
Sorry.
week.
I'm smoking weed.
different
That's what
tangent.
happens when you smoke all these fucking weird strawberry papers, bro.
Well,
Get
so
your
you're
talking
going
about
300 strains. Like, what are some of the funkier terp profiles you found just in veg so far?
I've got a strawberry cheesecake that smells exactly like strawberry cheesecake, which is pretty crazy. I'm excited to like flower that out. The dirty taxi that I've picked out, I flowered out like a little nugget just to like see what it was all about. And that was out of sight. So I'm excited. Super sticky, super greasy. The Block Monster came out looking pretty crazy. What else did I have? The Get a Fix, the Triangle Kush times the Gushers. That shit was fucking fire. Yeah, fuck. There's a lot of cool shit up there. I threw the Persian pie out. It didn't make the cut just because I don't think it'll be market acceptable. The Gashitos didn't make the cut. It was just fucking not good. But I only did like a couple seeds of that. Fuck. So many seeds I could talk about, bro. So many. It's fucked. I'm thinking about having a cannabis competition here in Thailand where everyone gets a clone of the same cut and tries to fucking flower it out and cement it, not like pick your own strain and cement it type shit, comparing apples to oranges, you know? So I was thinking about doing that.
Will it be doable? Now, is there still going to be medical? There's always going to be a medical scene.
Yeah,
no matter
yeah.
who's in charge,
Class
right?
5 is medical, you know? So when they talk about making a class 5 again, it's like the medical shit.
Okay. So you got some sort of, yeah.
The question is, I was just reading, I could actually go through and read what I just said. The question is truly going to be now about possession, right? Who's going to be allowed to possess it? They're talking about zoning. So there'll be like certain zones like Phuket, Pattaya, Chiang Mai, wherever, where like the governments kind of are more okay with it, they'll have it, and the places that don't, they won't be allowed to have it. Someone told me there's going to be only like interprovincial sales, so they may limit it to like only people in Buriram can buy from farms in Buriram. You wouldn't be allowed to like ship it to Phuket to get some sort of like management. So I've heard a few different things coming up so far. So, but either way, there is definitely the regulation hammer is coming sooner than later. It was always going to come. So this is just phase one of some regulation, you know. It's literally all you have to do right now is sign up on an app and pay 3,000, like $100, and you're like good to go. So it was a little bit too little for too much, if you ask me.
$3,000, about 100 US, just for the
Yeah.
Americans.
So for a 3-year sales license is pretty damn good. And then it's 1,000 BAT for your genetic license, your seed license. So that's like $40. And then you get a number for the seed you sell. So that's another one. But that's not done through the Department of Health, which is the 3,000 BAT one. It's done through the Department of Agriculture. So but you don't need a license to sell clones, which is kind of funny. But
That
you
is
do need a
weird.
license. Yeah. It's pretty fucking weird. But yeah, apparently the Thai Post too is stop allowing for basket transportation and like known plant transportation. They won't ship clones anymore.
I was just gonna
So-
ask, yeah, how's customs? Because it seems like it was like everything was coming in from elsewhere.
Bro, I'll tell you what. You won't find an old car in that parking lot. That's all I got to say. You would be amazed at
Yeah.
what people are driving in the customs officer's parking lot.
Customs
You know, you ain't gonna find no fucking Toyota Vios there, bro. You know what I mean? You're gonna see some fancy fucking cars in that parking lot. But and here's a crazy thing about cars in Thailand too. An expensive car costs 125% more than it does anywhere else, because that's just the import tax for the car. So if you've got a $250,000 Lambo, you're paying 125% tax on that.
So like an extra 250 plus
Over,
Or-
yeah, 250 plus
another
25%.
25. Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
So when you see all these Asian kids that go to America and Canada, and you see them start snatching up cars and stuff, because a lot of it is because it's so cheap in comparison to what they get it back home. And if they can sneak it back home, it's worth heaps. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I was just thinking, man. I'm gonna get me a ship and have it sneak it on the border, sneak it on the shore, just unload them cars.
Well, that's a big thing in Vancouver. People just steal the fancy cars and bring it right to the docks, and they're gone.
Yep. Yep. Now
Gone
everything's
in
got a
60s.
load jack on it, right?
Fuck, dude. It's I don't know, but my brother is
Disable
into
that
like
shit.
buying. Yeah, he's into like the cars and shit, the super exotic cars and all that.
Mhm.
And those kids go through cars, bro. It's like actually amazing to see someone that they just buy cars like that. And he's cool. He started by getting cars like Lamborghinis and that, getting them all done up like aftermarket, super pimped out. And he would have huge parties and invite like all these like super rich kids and have silent auctions where they would go and like bid on the cars and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how he got started. And yeah, that shit used to be crazy money.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yeah. Weed. I love weed though. Let's fucking talk about some. What's the next genetic project for you, American one?
Well, so I have, yeah, I guess I could repeat the story again and again. I don't care. I got the Timer by Blueberry that I just hit the Timer because the blueberry, the female was there and I had the blueberry male that I was going to make seeds with. And I didn't think it was going to be anything, you know, because the Timer is like, it's not fruity at all. I can't explain it. It's not gas. It's not dank. It's just this weird, it's weird. It's different, totally different from anything else. That's pretty, and one of the reasons why I kept it, and it's so vigorous and it'll root no matter what I do. Like, yeah, it's just an awesome plant. But long story short, I just hit it with the pollen, the blueberry pollen, and I didn't think nothing of it. I sent out a whole bunch to people, you know, to try. I wasn't thinking anything of it. And then some a little time went by. Someone asked me for seeds, and when I pulled out the beans, they were like looked really small to me because I was messing with other beans that were bigger. So I'm like, man, I know I germ tested them, but let me just make sure. So I put a handful in, you know, whatever, water, paper towel. They all popped, and I'm like, you know, I ain't throwing these out. So I grew them out. And let me tell you, man, there was like out of the 12 females I ended up with, like 4 or 5 or 6 of them had really awesome blueberry smelling, really good. And of those 4 or 5, one in particular was really fucking got me stoned good. And I just loved the shit. So after that experience, I'm like, man, it was like a sleeper one. I didn't even know it was going to be that good. So I popped more of those and I don't have the blueberry male anymore, but I'm going to back cross I already found the female. That's like the one that I like. So I'm planning on back crossing that and trying to get that more of the offspring to be that particular one. And that's what I got a male and 3 females, but I think the first female that I picked out. So yeah, early in bed, one had that smell that I was looking for, and I marked it. And as it went through, it kind of the smell faded away, but it came back with a vengeance by the harvest when the buds came on. It was back. So
Okay, we go home.
I'm happy about that because that means like probably I could identify and other people can identify good ones early on, you know. So that's about what I want to do next, as well as I got the STS oil. I mean, treatment. I want to hit the Amy's mother with that and make some fem seeds because everybody wants fem seeds, even though I'm not super duper big on them. I'm gonna try and do make some female seeds for people. But yeah, in other news, my one of my buddies, you know, I've been sending out seeds to everyone. Somebody grew the Violet Beauregard, and he had a pretty big fucking room, and he goes through a lot of plants, and he's like, dude, this thing it's his favorite out of the lot right now. So actually I have a clip of it if you guys want to listen to it. I could show you it. Let me cue it up and I'll
Yeah.
Well, the power went out.
what happened? Yeah, I'll show you guys.
Let's see.
Have some picked out like this guy. This is Tao's
Girl.
blueberry cheesecake. And despite her being so ugly, I'm telling you, this thing is going to be the winner of the whole crop, probably.
Nice.
The smell of this thing is just, I don't know what you did, Tao.
I could smell it from here, dude. Dude, listen, you know, you said you started growing in 1990, whatever.
94, baby.
Knock on wood, man. Thank God I've been alive. But yeah, dude, trust me. I think I know what special is with weed, you know?
Yeah, you do.
I don't want to say, I don't want to tell
been around long
I take it back. I just
Yeah, you do want to toot your horn.
When I started making seeds, I said to the higher powers, guide me and guide me. That's all I do. And yeah, so I think they are a little bit, maybe. The
All right,
powers
so-
that be. There's
so
powers out there.
Clarify this. When these
Got it by the universe.
are done,
So yeah. I always like hearing stories like that. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, that was one. That was the before I so that Violet Beauregard to me is like just a funky blueberry funk cheese. It's not sweet at all. But the Time Wreck by Blueberry has a kind of like doughy, I would say like scone, a blueberry scone is what it reminds me of for some reason. It's not like super sweet, but it's got but they're both awesome to smoke.
Yeah, man. I look forward to trying the Amy's Aces here in the future.
Yeah, I'm telling. Oh yeah, and that's Stacy, dude. I'm telling you, if I don't know if you're into that stuff, that Stacy would be good too.
You really recommend that Time Wreck cross, eh,
Well, I'll tell you what,
Stacy?
it's a slow. So Amy ends up like the first time I grew Amy, they was like all short except for one, and now that a lot more people are growing it out, and I don't know if it's different. So I grew, I have the exact same mother and father. I have clones that I've kept now since I guess 20. Well, the one I kept longer, but the first
Actually,
breed
the difference is everybody has LEDs now.
right. And well, that's another thing. Like I've been growing on the 600 watt high pressure sodium in my tents for a while. I just got one LED in them. But anyone who gets my shit always does better than me too. Well, a lot of times they do. Because they have better, they have two lights right next to each other. I only have single lights in most of my spots. And then now I got LEDs in a couple tents. But the whole point of the story was, yeah, a lot of people do end up doing better. You know, but yeah, but so 2017 I made or 2016 maybe I made the first set of Amy Aces. Then I used the exact same mother and father clone that I kept, I redid it like 3 or 4 times, and I always wonder if there'll be differences in the offspring because of the differences in the at the time the environment when the seeds were made, which there might be some of that. But like I was preaching, all mine, the first set I did were mostly short, just one tall one. And now that I'm seeing other people, a lot more people, it's like half and half. And I don't know because now every time I make new ones, like I have some label from 2018 that I have in a little jar.
Well, I assumed that's why everyone kept the males alive and just didn't use new ones every time. Like, well, some people do actually do that, but
yeah, you can't trust that.
But I thought that's what I thought that's why I thought that's why people like Rasta Jeff kept like King Solomon and like he kept their breeders, like kept a good male, so you would get consistent results and you could produce the same thing multiple times.
Well, that's what I believe.
I think that's the only way to really say it's the same thing.
Right. Like so now the Time Wreck by Blueberry, that's going to be a BX. That's not going to be the same as the first F1s. And yeah, even if you have the same 10 seeds and you get another male from it, it's not going to be the same. It doesn't work like that. You need those exact same mother and father to make the exact same offspring.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you want, I would say the way to do the closest, say you've picked out one pheno of that plant that you think that is the best representation, and that is the only representation you wanted to put out. I would probably do an S1 of it. Would be the way I would do that.
Or start it, yeah. Because even that ain't gonna give you, the same. You know that, right? Yeah.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But it's the closest I've seen, and honestly, the most uniform. You get the most uniform phenos that way, I find. But
yeah, I was actually thinking if I'm gonna make, because I got the STS, I got to mix it. So, Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a couple females and spray them and see. Cause like, yeah, I've never done it before, and I understand some plants won't give you
Yeah,
pollen.
I've tried it a couple times. I've tried
Okay.
it a couple times, but I've had terrible results. Yeah, I've had terrible results. But the way that Kanatai was telling us about it, that was a really good way where he was telling us to use rather than spray it, don't spray it. Just after you've mixed it, take a Q-tip and just apply the solution where you want it
Okay. Well, I'm
with a
like,
Q-tip versus spraying it, because if spraying it's not good for your health, because that silver is not good for you to take in.
right.
Infamous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spotlight you there.
But the plant's garbage anyway, even if you Q-tip it, right? You can't smoke that shit.
No, you're
No,
not gonna
no, but
smoke
you
it.
can definitely. No, you
Get
can just
better odds of
no,
pollen.
no. I wouldn't smoke anywhere near the like if you. But with the Q-tip, if you only did one branch or something to get pollen, like I would assume that you could smoke the rest of it. But I don't know. I would assume.
Right. I wouldn't anyway, I don't think.
Just I wouldn't
But
get anywhere near that silver thiosulfate,
now,
silver
infamous, I know
nitrate, and whatever the fuck the other thing is.
right, silver sulfate, I think, something like that. But infamous, you got these in the shade. Is that on purpose? Obviously.
It rained yesterday really hard.
Okay.
So while I wasn't so scared about the rain, the fucking wind and shit,
Wind.
like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna show you something funny. If I can get out to the other side, like all my plants are doing the limbo, bro. Show this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hilarious. They're all like laying down. It's annoying as fuck.
There's some nice chunks where you're just showing us. Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's all the hyperspace right there that I made. So it was made right on this show, and this is the pheno hunt look of it. So
Yeah, look at those two on the right there. Yeah, that one that's
yeah,
above you.
but these ones here, this like
Yeah,
pheno
that
here that
thing.
have like the medium sized nugs, this is the one that produces the snow. This is the one that gets fucking that smells and is like, you know,
I see it.
sticky and shit.
Mm.
So yeah, the rain.
Oh yeah, that
See,
one
everything's
plant,
over here. Like,
that plant is fucking knocked over.
yeah, look at this is the tie. These are some of the ones that I was started bringing them out in the morning, and I was like, fuck it. If it starts raining again, I'm not gonna have the mood to bring it back. So I'll leave them in the shade for one more day. This is the tie. It's got a little bit of a lean going on, you see?
Kajin lean.
But it just wouldn't stop growing. Ninja blade leaves, you see that?
No, that's like classic marijuana plant.
And you got like this shit, see this? They got the leans going on. Bam!
Lean back. Lean back.
Lean back. Lean
self-
back. We got the lean back.
There's gonna be so
Self-scribe.
many tops. There's gonna be so
Yeah.
many tops. That's not gonna be the worst thing in the world. Might be
Well, I
hard. You might have
support them.
to do a little
You see, I
Yeah.
can put a
supporting.
support underneath.
Oh yeah.
to
Oh,
help
okay,
it.
there you go.
You're gonna
Nice.
start doing it on purpose after this run.
And
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
this was the Chili Verde HA that I dusted. This
looks
was the
Western.
red circle I made that I dusted with the pillow book from Bodie. Here's some autos that I got. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. This one's gone bad with seeds inside.
Looks chunks though.
Mephisto.
Fuck, that's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. And so, pepper plant. The rose bush, again with the lean.
Yeah.
some clones I got from Shopee that have been throttled. They didn't like the rain too much. They've been through the ringer of these things. The GMO times space cheese.
Looks like spaghetti.
Yeah, this shit's all over the place. So everything's kind of the Widow's cookies, White Widows times cookies.
I'm gonna say that looks Western. Little chunky monkey.
Here's the
Cross, the split
the
between
truth
Thai and
times the chili Z. Here's a bunch of other shit. Some more hyperspace.
that one's standing up.
Estos. These are all autos. All 5
Hmm.
foot minimum.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it looks a little special, right? It looks good.
This one's
Yeah,
got like
funky.
chunkier tops.
Yeah, that one actually.
Really snowed out.
You can see it's more solid.
Yeah. Other shit.
And he just surrounded. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. I love
It's,
that walkway just bending through the sleds.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's gotten to the point now where I've actually run out of space, like everywhere almost. Like,
Do you ever drink Infamous?
no,
Okay. Yeah, when
I
I
don't
was
think
younger,
the tenants
dude, I
would
had an
survive if
incident.
I walked through there drunk.
That's what I was about to say, man. I had an incident, man. I fucking couldn't go in the grow rooms after that no more if I was drinking. Fucking laid down on fucking my whole fucking crop one time. Fuck shit up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten drunk in a long time.
I'll take you to the other spot. This is the other pheno hunt. This is all red circle and crab apples. So this is all shit I made.
Nice.
Excuse the pistol damage from the rain, but this shit's got something fucked up.
Mm-hmm. So all those
So,
are the
yeah.
same strain?
Yeah.
Ah, that's
Look
interesting.
at this one's got a lean on it. We got one more leaner over there.
Mhm.
And this is the infamous times candy shop. So it's actually sour candy shop. So it's I got to include the sour diesel in there in the
Yo,
description. So
go back to where that one was laying down in the corner. The one right next to it. It's praying like a champ.
where? Which one? Oh, where am I? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, there's one there.
A couple of
Yeah,
them are
oh,
praying
shit.
good. Yeah, look at them.
Yeah, that one's happy as hell.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them right. That one. Yep, that one too.
So
Oh, that was the original one I was thinking of though. But they were all praying, man. That whole little lot there.
yeah, I was gonna say they're
Be a sweet spot.
everything's
I know,
pretty
yeah. They took the rain.
not bad for being rained on all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you're onto something there, dude.
We're trying. I'm like the pasta method, you know? Keep throwing shit at the wall until something sticks. So you know,
Pretty cool.
eventually something's gotta come through, right? Like fucking this hyperspace is pretty good. In fact, like my original strain menu, the first one I ever put out, I seen someone had the seeds on their like weed menu, and that was pretty cool to see like my strains on a weed menu somewhere.
That is
grown
cool.
by not me, you know.
Yep, yep.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Let's see. I think we'll probably stop seeing those fancy cars coming in. Speaking of the fancy cars, I don't think we're gonna see much more import coming in. Something tells me that's all gonna stop real quick.
Big time out on that, right? Yeah.
Bringing the Thai price up a little bit, I think. Hopefully. I hope that's what happens anyway.
That'd be good.
Do you guys have this shit in America? The kids eat it here. So check it out. It's basically a pack of like Mr.
What the
Noodles.
hell is it?
Yeah, it's like a pack of Mr.
Yeah.
Noodles, but they eat it without cooking it. And it has like, this one has corn powdering, but they have like different powders you can put on it, like potato chips.
Crazy.
Eat the shit raw.
Yeah.
I bet you it ain't good for it, man. Nothing is anymore. Oh, just like ramen noodles, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then they come with these like powders. So you get your powder. Put your powder on that motherfucker. And then you just eat it raw, bro.
Cheers.
It's weird.
Yeah, man.
I'm smoking way too much weed on this show today, bro.
Proper thing is what you're supposed to do.
You know you smoke too much when you eat the wrapper, dude. That's when you know you're really too far in. Oh, that reminds me,
Have you
dude.
ever
One time,
seen the guy eating the kebab through the
When you've been
styrofoam?
chewing it for 5 minutes and you can't figure out why you're not swallowing it, and then you pull the wrapper out.
dude, I was tripping out one time and I was playing with a packet of ketchup. And the fucking thing exploded in my hands in the dark. I didn't know it was exploded. But yeah. I don't know what made me think about that, but yeah. That was a fucking trip out.
I got so high last week, I walked around looking for my fucking glasses that were up on top of my head for like fucking an hour, man.
No way.
Yeah, I swear to God, man. I was like, anyone seen my glasses? I'm like, I've been looking everywhere. And they're like, you're on your head. I'm like, what? No.
Have you seen that thing where it's like text your girlfriend when she leaves the house that she forgot her phone and like see how they respond?
So they come back?
Yeah, lots of them like come back like, where's my phone? And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and they're like, yeah, you say I left it here.
That is classic, bro. I haven't seen that.
So who do you think, what's the biggest hype strain right now? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what the biggest hype strain is. Probably Oreos. Would Oreos be the biggest hype strain right now?
That could be.
Oreos is pretty hype.
Yeah, I don't know
Oreos,
either.
I mean,
What
the
else?
Mac has definitely cooled down. That's for sure.
Bro,
Yeah,
people
Mac.
are going crazy for that shit here now. Just started.
GMO is kind of fading, but they, you know, and another thing that happens, like,
Gary Payton, but that's straight Gary Payton's actually straight fire.
I was just gonna say, please don't diss the Gary Payton because I'm loving the Gary Payton right now.
No, I love it.
And growing it's like sick because you get like the classic big nugs and shit, like none of this like popcorn shit.
You guys got any Donnie Burger? Did you hear of Donnie Burger?
I have heard of Donnie Burger.
I have heard of it. I have heard it. Have not tried it.
Neither have I.
That's,
I'm not
isn't
into
that like a GMO spinoff?
Yeah, it's GMO times something else back to GMO or some shit, but people rave about it. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, if like you're saying the max fading, like I think a lot of them would come up with like people. Certain people love that shit no matter what. Like they don't care what else happens. Like the Mac is mine, man. I love that Mac. Or the GMO or any of the hype strains that come through. Someone loves that shit the most. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know though. I'm not in the loop with all the super hypes, but yeah, I've heard of Oreos. I think the runts is starting to die off. Everybody, I know a couple people that are preaching they're sick of the runts. Everything had runts in it. They're sick of the runts. Because yeah, what happens is once the hype comes, then everybody hits everything with it, and then everything is the same again. And then everybody's like, "Yeah, I don't want no more of that shit. Give me something new and better, different." But it's not a one-day affair, like Pollen was saying. Everybody wants a new bag of something different every day. That's not. It's like it has a little bit of staying value, and then that's what it seems. Like I said, I don't know. I'm in my own little world. I've been there since freaking a long time now.
Bro, who are you talking to? I still grow Duke Nukem and fucking Romulan. If you're from Canada, you just laugh when you hear that. People are like, bro, Duke Nukem is like so...
The Duke Nukem, I'm surprised. The Romulan makes sense to me.
Yeah, dude, the Romulan's still making a comeback.
I know, I love it too.
Yeah.
I feel like I stayed on the train. I wore the bell bottoms long enough that they came back into stock.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every now and then, man.
Yep.
That hyperspace has Romulan in it.
There you go. So. Like I would say, man, it's a shit's real deal. It'll either stay or someone will have it. Like 10 years from now, you'll be able to get it again. If it's really real deal. If it ain't really real deal, because now people know. People that smoke that skunk, the real skunk weed. Well, yeah, I guess in the growing world, the cultivating community, people know like if they have something that's good, they're gonna keep it now because of that skunk story. And yeah, have you guys experienced real like weed that smells like skunk sprayed on it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Recently,
yeah, when I got up here. Right? No, I haven't seen it since like 98, 99.
That's
maybe
what I mean.
97. 97 was probably.
People know that pain now, so they'll keep the good.
I miss the cat piss.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like the cat piss strain, but like I think some people just call the skunk strain, the skunk smell, fucking cat piss though too. But I don't know. There's definitely there. I always wondered when it smells like cat piss if they just had a dirty cat at the house.
No, dude, I know because listen, I mailed a long time ago now. I mailed this chick. It was my old landlord. She moved to Virginia. I mailed her something, right? And this was before I had the vacuum sealer and all that shit. The lady at the post office was giving her mail. She's like, "Oh, this person must have a cat because this smells like cat piss," is what she tells them. She's like, "Don't send anything to my house ever again." I'm like, all right. But yeah, that definitely was real weed strains that smelled literally like cat piss and real weed plants that literally smelled like a skunk spray.
Yeah.
But I think they have.
Well, yeah, the skunk smell definitely. Yeah, cheetah piss. That's actually that was popular in the last couple of years. That was
but that cheetah piss wasn't the same. Not
I
at
never.
all.
Right, I never experienced the cheetah piss or the one called cat piss, but I know I had cat piss strains when I was, younger. Younger than I am younger. When I was, what's another word that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting younger as I age. So.
Time is just a construct,
My mind just
man.
constantly. It is, exactly. Yes. You are what you feel, American one. You are what
Oh,
you
I
feel.
know, dude. I'm gonna be 28 next year. I gotta start thinking about my future now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mids identify as quads.
There you go.
My smalls identify as large. What is this bag of mid smalls? What are you talking about, bro?
That's
It's
what I
quads.
told her anyways.
That's
It's 10 grams under. Don't bag shame my weed, bro.
its pronouns are large and in charge.
Yeah. Shit.
But yeah, we need stronger weed.
See the jackfruit behind me?
More stronger weed. Agreed.
That's
We
what we
need the
need. We
skunk
need
back.
like we need
Oh
some
man,
like
that's
fake
huge.
turf.
Those things are huge. What the fuck? Are they like volleyball size? Those two are volleyball size, right?
Oh, they're fucking big, bro. They're like basketball. They're huge.
And
Like there's a plant caught, you know.
when do they get ripe?
What are those? Which ones? I can barely
Jackfruit.
see them. Oh, okay.
Like, are they ripe? Are they almost ripe?
I don't know, to be honest.
Looks like they're gonna fall off. No.
Some have.
So do you eat them? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
Don't
you
let them go to
can.
waste.
You can.
You're like, you don't know if they're ripe. It's on the ground. You just la la la.
Well, bro, what I'll just I'll use them in like a ferment, you know.
I got you.
There
I
ain't
got you.
nothing better than that slow farmed, home, organic ferment fruit stuff, I guess,
There
you
you
know.
go. Yeah.
I was hearing this thing the other day about like people ragging on the grocery store milk for like people making labs. They're like, you can't use the grocery store milk. It has to be that raw, because they put like the pasteurizer
Oh,
or
it
some
would
shit.
be 100% better to use raw, but like it works just fine with store milk. Like 100%, I would way rather use raw, but like store milk works just fine. You do not need special milk.
And what was it, the other one? The bananas, people using the banana peels and the polyglycerin, I guess they spray on the bananas. No?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't use
And
the
then
peels
people,
from it. Like I might ferment the stalks and stuff. Like Potent had that young fella from Thailand on it that he was doing all kinds of crazy ferments on with all kinds of crazy ferments with fucking bananas and stuff, and reaching super high levels of potassium and stuff with these super long ferments he was doing. It's pretty cool. It was pretty cool stuff.
I wonder if anyone made labs with human milk. Is it lactobacillus?
oh my God.
Get my fetish girl to give me a cup or two.
Well, that was a weird way to combine like gardening and fetishing. Like,
I can. You know what? I got.
I was gonna say, funny enough,
am-
Wes just had a kid.
I have. Yeah, I've got mixed.
Like, I got access, man. I
I got access.
experiment.
We can make these labs now.
We got the plug.
Super labs.
My ferment's only made with human byproducts, man. I told you guys, right? The blood meal I use, I do a botanist over. I get a pint of my blood into my plants every week.
That's a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Is it
It's like
still?
people
The
dying.
question is:
in
I'm
blood.
is it
committed.
still veganic? Is it still veganic?
Hey, if you use a human's body to compost who's a vegan, is it veganic?
That's a great question. You
For
have
sure
to
it
ask
is, yeah,
freaking Kyle
100%.
Cushman with his
You got to make like
thousands.
fermented human amino acid.
Yeah, the HAA.
The HFAA.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, no, that's
I bet you if you freaking grew a plant out of Willie Nelson's body, he's like, roll me up and smoke me when I die. I would just throw you, fucking compost you to the pot plants. Do better.
I think they did that with Tupac's ashes, didn't they? Didn't they like
How
grow
high?
weed out of his?
Dude,
Well,
didn't
no,
you
they
see the
did that in
story?
How High. That was the best rendition of it. But
Tupac ain't dead.
Yeah.
he was a CIA asset.
Who was?
Tupac.
You think so? No.
Definitely.
Dude, there was some Suge Knight was talking about. Did you see that clip or no? He's like on a ferry somewhere.
Dude, he used to be a backup dancer before he was a rapper and shit.
Who, Suge or Tupac?
No, Tupac.
Oh yeah, Tupac was probably.
You got to start somewhere.
I can believe that.
He was shining Suge Knight shoes at the beginning.
Pretty sure he was shining his knob in the beginning.
Dude, you've heard the story about all the rappers, right? They get like jumped in to the scene, apparently.
Bro, you ever watched that Richie the Barber? And like,
I don't
and
I like
listen, and
Epstein,
listen to his
man.
like Illuminati stories, bro. He's got some pretty weird stories about fucking rappers and shit.
Yeah,
So,
they get them in incriminating situations. They dose them up, do whatever they want.
The
take
old
pictures.
honeypot.
Hey, look,
The
you're gonna
old
do what we
honeypot.
say. The old Jeffrey Epstein modus operandi.
the old Jeffrey Epstein and the classic Epstein.
Dose their drink with some roofies and then put them in all sorts of positions.
Speaking of which-
Crazy women and crazy people and take pictures.
Speaking of which, did you guys see that stuff that came out about Rudy Giuliani? With his like little
No.
like a secretary that he was treating like a hooker and stuff. She like, yeah, she recorded him and she has like hundreds of tapes of like him saying all this crazy shit about, you know, involving Trump and like him being hella inappropriate that she just turned over to the police.
Huh.
I heard about that. I didn't hear the clips at all, but he seemed like a little freak, right?
Yeah.
There was somebody else that made me think about somebody.
John McAfee.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
He was a
man.
weird one. I don't know. Yeah, the jury's out for me on him. Like, I don't know what. Like,
You
they
see that clip where
really
he's smoking
tried
a
to
joint?
smear him in the. Yeah, they tried to smear him in the end, and it really didn't seem to fit his character. But I don't. But I could be way off. Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
All I'm saying
Yeah, I don't
is-
know. I feel, and then he said he was gonna get killed, and then he just like showed up dead like 6 hours later. Like,
dude, that happened to like
That's
10
pretty
people
crazy.
in the past year. They said, fuck yeah.
Someone needs to make a fucking strain and call it the fucking John McAfee.
He did seem to lead one crazy life, though, right? He's like,
Oh yeah. Did you ever watch the documentaries on him? They're pretty great.
I saw him like a few clips of him himself talking about shit, and I was like, man, this guy been through it, man. He's like,
The craziest thing is he made his own drug lab and started synthesizing his own drugs and testing it on himself and shit. And he was like some drugs I couldn't even like have a dog or anyone around. I would be like so horny. I just want to like fuck everything. It's like, wow. But yeah, he used to like make all sorts of like spices and DMTs and weird shit and like take that shit. So God knows what type of entities and TikTok clock elves he was talking to.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Bill O'Reilly. He had like
Remember
an
this
incident.
one? Hold up. Remember this one?
What a legend.
That shit was great. There's a much longer
I
version.
mean,
The
you just made me
mysterious
like him more, but like,
Yeah, he's fucking great. Like,
Yeah, he was pretty. Dude, what happened to your face, Potent? You're just a beard.
that was weird.
just a beard, talking beard.
You were just a beard for a second. Yeah.
It's weird because like the screen is almost like a pool of water that like your face just seems to be sticking out of. Like if you like lean back far enough, you drown into the photo. What are you doing, baby? So who's your next guest for the Potent Ponics Growing with Fishes podcast?
Ghost of John McAfee.
yeah. I wish I was at home. I could like use my voice modifier and fucking from the grave.
No, that's just funny. So that he did a video called John McAfee on how to uninstall McAfee antivirus. And it's fucking
That's awesome.
What strain would the John McAfee strain be then? What could we fucking what would put it together? You know?
Well, there's probably train wreck and
Yeah, I was thinking definitely some sort of train wreck.
and
burnt plastic bag Oreo chirps,
coke okay.
a little cocaine.
Some green crack and time wreck. John McAfee.
That's
Seems
you're
too-
probably in pretty good start in this territory.
John McAfee. The MK Ultra times the train wreck.
Oh yeah,
There's a cool thing.
MK Ultra.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I was reading up about the Mighty Atom yesterday. That was pretty wild. Never heard of him before. There was this guy back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s who like could bite through nails and like hammer shit with his hands and like could do just really weird, crazy shit. The guy only weighed like 135 pounds too. He wasn't a big dude, but he could like outlift anybody.
He's the reverse Jesus. He can nail hammers with his hands. Sorry, it's me. I just if only Jesus had that power, you know? Fuck.
There's some dude that chews on glass and swallows it that I've seen around a couple times.
He
There's
died
a
at
dude in
84.
Antigua that would like.
Mighty Atom.
But yeah, he could bite through nails, he could bend horseshoes, he could do all kinds of crazy shit.
Damn, he had 10 children.
Shit, he had
yeah,
that test.
yeah. If you were the Mighty Atom, you would have 10 children too.
There you go, New York, New York.
Oh,
That's
One day
He
I'll be the
also-
mighty West.
There was a story of him. There was like 30 or 40 like Nazis, sympathizers that were rallying, and he went down and beat all of them up at once by himself. Which is pretty freaking great.
Oh, he's from Poland, apparently. So yeah, you had something against him, huh?
Yeah, he'd be a little bit mad.
A little bit.
Good old Grandpa Adam.
Anyways,
I knew
there's some
Polish
really cool
food was
stuff
bad,
about this
but
dude.
like chewing on nails is pretty fucking gruesome. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
in all my life, I've never been with someone and had them say, "Let's go for Polish food." You know,
Oh, I knew one person.
in
One of
fact,
those-
I don't know. Is pierogies Polish?
Yeah, pierogi. Yeah. Yep.
Pierogies are dank, actually. In fact, have you ever been to that pierogi place in Kelowna, Wes? You know what I'm talking about? Is like roast beef and fucking pierogies and shit.
No, I've never been there.
That
no.
sounds good.
Dude, they do like the best fried chicken and the best roast beef, and they serve it with like pierogies and shit. But the pierogies are dank.
Oh, nice.
Yo,
Is
is
this
that him?
Yeah, this is the dude.
Fucking
Hell
hundred.
yeah.
Jesus,
Still putting it
reverse
now. Look at
Jesus.
the
Look at
guy.
this.
And
I told
Grandpa.
you.
Smash that
Oh
shit.
man.
That's pretty intense. I'll give him
Oh,
that.
Right?
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's crazy,
You know
man.
how hard it is to break a nail in half like that? Even with a tool. With
Yeah,
another
even okay,
tool.
like let's say
Even
he
with
somehow
the-
hit
yeah,
pliers
dog
inside of
cutters,
his
yeah.
mouth. That's still amazing that he operated pliers somehow inside of his fucking mouth.
Right. Yeah.
Like even if he completely cheated us, like yeah.
See, that makes me question all the shit. That gets me going down that rabbit hole. And this is how it started as a kid with the occult shit, was all with the kung fu shit like this. Like looking at this and you start getting into like Tai Chi and Qi Gong. And if that shit is real, then like what else about that like bullshit is real? And that shit, they can like prove it a little bit. Like when you can smash it with your hands, you've developed a skill that's beyond normal ability, you know? So like, do you take everything they say then as like some sort of truth, or like what part of their story is bullshit, what is true, and what's the part that gives them superpowers and shit? Because there's monks and stuff in Thailand, you know, all over the place that do like weird fucking shit that gives them abnormal results. And like, what is it that's the truth behind giving them their powers with this, you know?
Become one with the universe.
Put your dick in the ground? Is that what you're trying to say?
That might work. Ground yourself through your penis.
Penis grounding? That could be the latest hippie trend, bro. I'll fucking start a camp here in Thailand.
Yeah.
Urban penal.
I've
Can you
seen
do that? Can you do the grounding and like the butthole sunning at the same time? Lay on your stomach. You can do the two birds,
Oh,
one
yeah.
stone.
You have to put a copper rod out of your butt to the ground and
Oh my God, the copper butthole bug.
yeah, there you go. There you go with a grounding
Oh.
wire and you sun it.
That would cost
Time.
extra
It's
though. That would be like if you really like initial entry fee is like
That's how you
fall in
get
the
all.
ground.
That's how you get a week's
get all
vitamin
the
D
right
at once,
energy.
man.
That's how you get all the right energy for your garden for the next growth season.
What about the
How
copper
wrong
gag
is it
ball?
that you get vitamin
The
D?
one that you, the giant gag ball you suck on. That if you don't want it to go in your butt, you can put it in your mouth.
Don't
You
get
know?
the two confused.
Yeah. Like in Idiocracy, when he's like one goes in your ear, one goes in. What is it? One in your ear, one in your mouth, one in your butt.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again to know what's coming in the
I
next
gotta, yeah, I
couple
gotta
of
watch
years.
that again. It's
Get
Bro,
ready.
good.
the
Next
thing about
couple
the
of years.
Crocs
15
blows me
years,
away.
yeah.
The Crocs, when I
Crocs,
heard
yeah.
that about the Crocs, I could not fucking believe it. Like that blew my mind, bro. Like, literally started looking into the company making the clothes that you could just pull off the wall. Like, did you remember that he had the box of shirts? That was sick. And it was like toilet paper rolling. It would almost look like a toilet paper dispenser. You would just rip the shirt out, disposable shirts and shit.
Now, that is a
I
great
reckon
idea.
that'd be the next big thing, bro.
Well, it
Disposable
is. They have
clothes,
those
dude.
like paper dresses and stuff for little kids. I've seen that.
Dude, your
Like
face
how-
keeps tripping. Oh, whoa. Now I can see your bed.
No, but have you seen? I've seen debunking that chai stuff, and I think I've seen shit where it's just the real deal. Like the dude, you could put shit on fire by just concentrating.
Yeah, he gets the
Nope.
tissue and shit and he starts
Right,
firing
now-
shit. That's pretty amazing, bro.
I seen a couple that look like it couldn't be faked, and then I see some other dude. You put two powders in the newspaper, right? And then when you crumble it up or whatever, you make sure that they mix the two chemicals together, and then in a certain amount of 5 minutes or whatever, it'll go on fire. So you set it up like that. But I'm telling you, there's a couple I've seen that like, yeah, there's nothing in there. It's just a piece of paper, and the dude fucking gets it lit. You know what I'm saying? With just his.
Well, you've seen the one where the guy's got his hand under the water and he starts boiling the water around his hands and shit, you know? That's pretty crazy.
Or the guy that sticks his hand in like to pull out shit from the frying oil. There's
Yeah,
some
but you
dude
can do
like-
that. There's a trick. I
Yeah,
can
that's
teach
like
you.
my
Okay.
Thai
That's
missus' dad does that, bro. Like fucking pulls the ribs right out of the pot, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trick to that is if you just get your hand wet beforehand, the steam makes like a little glove around your hand as long as you're quick.
Okay.
Dude,
So
I swear to God, you look at some of these little Thai farmers' hands, bro, the older guys, it's just 100% like callous, like they're wearing a glove, bro. It's weird. It's like real man hands. Make me feel like such a pansy. Even my
That's
girl,
all,
she's like, your
man.
hands are so soft. I'm like,
hands.
yeah.
Dude, I'm a girly man with that shit. I always wear gloves because my hands were getting all calloused up and shit. And at the time, I was like, man, I want to be able to feel those soft titties. So I was like, I'm not gonna let my hands get all calloused over, man. I want to be able to feel that shit. That was my thinking. So now I just wear gloves all the time, and let me tell you, my hands. I did a couple times to save my ass, man. One time I grabbed a freaking hot pipe that would have fucking definitely put blisters on my palm, and another time the dude said the 220 he killed the breaker, but apparently there was another 220 breaker. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't even wearing like electrical gloves at all. I wear those PVC dot gloves all the time when I do work. And yeah, that shit saved me. Well, it would have been pain if not death, for sure. But yeah, I wear
Gentlemen,
sunglasses all the time and gloves. You don't want to lose your eyes or your hands, man. That's the worst.
I think I got to take off here and head to my shop to go water and stuff. So I'm gonna take off here. So I'll catch you guys.
Be cool,
All right.
man.
Peace, man.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Until next time. Thanks for
Cheers.
Have a
having me
good
on
one.
again,
Infamous.
Pony.
Peace out.
Guys.
Take it easy, man.
What I think I'm gonna roll out here too. I gotta get going and do some other
Yeah.
stuff. Gotta go cook lunch and do some
Right
other
on.
things
I
here.
think we'll
Oh,
just
shit, it's
wind her
already
down then.
30. Yeah, it's pretty late already.
Yeah, man. It's fun.
All right. Well, you guys can find Infamous Gardens at Infamous Gardens on Instagram. Oh, it's Infamous Gardens _ Thailand. I think that's what it is. And then we have I'm Steve at Potent Ponics. Sorry, I'm really high this morning.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm the American one. You guys know where to find me. If not, I'll be around. You'll see me again. And Wes, how about you?
Yeah, man. You can find me over on Instagram and everywhere else under West Indian. And yeah, man. Hope everyone stay high, and we'll see you next week, I guess. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.